Well, hello and welcome to the next video in the Tracker Travels. If you're joining us, we have arrived at Lloret del Mar at the Santa Elena campsite. Stay tuned as we're pitched up next to a party. And this is our pitch at Santa Elena, which is in the middle of Lloret del Mar. Very strangely, you drive in through an entrance that's between some hotels, and the hills and these tiers kind of roll up behind the hotels. Some are regular pitches, some have got a longer, narrower shape like this one, but they're more than adequate. They're classed as a hard standing with electric, and this is the 6 amp with the Euro pins, so it's a good job we bought our adapter for this one. And there we are, we're set up. I think this was €70 for a couple of nights, which is not too bad. We're about a 10-15 minute walk from the beachfront. So this is not a regular site we would normally choose. I think the picture reviews were perhaps a little bit over generous in terms of what the site is. It's a great location for Lloret del Mar, but it is quite a noisy site. I'm not complaining, it's just getting used to that Spanish way where the bars and the loud music is still playing till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And because you're literally in the centre of town here, you do notice it. Not that we were asleep right at that time. It's just very different. Imagine San Antonio in Ibiza, with a motorhome and caravan site smack bang in the middle, and it gives you a flavour of what we've chosen here. Not sure it's one we'd choose again, but you live and learn with these things. It's our first time doing this down the coast of Spain, so yeah, live and learn. So we are tucked in just here, a nice shady spot in the evening. And I'm stood on a terrace where the washing up facilities are, and beneath me is the toilet blocks. And as you can see, the campsite goes up on tiers. There's glamping tents, statics, and spaces for motorhomes and caravans. And it looks like these are going to be improved for 2024. These are the little cooking stations for barbecues that you have to use because it is a high fire risk area. And then you've got the toilet blocks, laundrettes, and so on underneath that terrace. So what do we think of Santa Elena campsite? bang in the middle of Lloret del Mar, which is perfect again just for getting down to the beach, getting into the town centre. But for us it was a rather cramped site. Whilst we had quite a spacious pitch, it was quite long, we couldn't get our awning out because it was so thin, but we're no prudes, we're not that old, but you could tell you were in a younger environment in terms of the clubs and the bars that were nearby, and the later night music. There were times where there was a good old party going till 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, we were sat out quite often, so it's not that it particularly bothered us, but if this was a site you were choosing to stay at, it is just something to consider. The facilities blocks here, they are due to be rebuilt, as we probably already mentioned in this video, so they are a bit dated, they are a bit tired and not in the best condition. We even saw them kind of hosing them down with power washers at one point as a quick way of doing them. You are ideally located for supermarkets, for the shops in the town, so you've got everything you need on your doorstep. And as a site, it offers a lot of other facilities, so if you're not a motorhome or caravanner, you can rent bungalows, you can bring tents, or you can hire their camping pods. It is a tight site to get around, very narrow roads, and when you've got a mass of 18 to 30s wandering around the site, you do have to navigate carefully, and you'll have seen that in our little arrival video here. Great vibe, great atmosphere, but just not one that we would probably come back to. So next stop for us is to go down the coast. You'll next see us as we arrive in Cambrils, just on the outskirts of Salou. A very different site and a very different location, so we look forward to seeing you next time.